Hello everyone. Just getting ready to film. All my little animal friends are here with me, and I wanted to do a little get ready with me and film a little chit chat just to talk. I had some thoughts on some new shows, and Lucy's running around everywhere. I don't know what I want to do quite yet. I got a few new products in and I'm not sure what I want to do. So if you want to see how this look will come out and hear my thoughts on some new shows, keep on watching. Okie dokes, I am comfortable. I got my coffee. Don't mind the mess. I have lots of blankets and stuff from I'm still dealing with the closet drama. Okie dokies. So I'm just gonna get ready for the day with you guys. This is just like a chatty get ready with me. I'm going to list all the products in the description box that I use because I just want to, you know, chit chat, discuss, see what y'all think. First and foremost, how's everybody doing today? It is, I'm not sure when I'm gonna be uploading this video, but for me, it's Friday, my favorite day of the week. We have some fun weekend plans. I wanna take the children to go see Beetlejuice this weekend, and then we have a birthday party. Fun. What's everybody up to, or what did you guys do this weekend? Let me know. Did you have fun? I genuinely, obviously who doesn't, but I genuinely love the weekend. I use it as a, sorry, my friends, my animales are going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Anyway, where was I? I love the weekend. I like to take the weekend and actually relax and, you know, just enjoy my kids, hang out, do some fun things, some activities. So that is my plan for this weekend. During the week is when I usually run my errands and clean up the house, do the laundry, all the fun stuff that moms are responsible for. Guys, stop making all this noise. Anyway, so I'm sure that, like a lot of us, you guys have already heard of the show on Hulu called Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I am not into reality TV. I don't watch almost anything. Once in a while, if I'll catch like an episode of the Kardashians here and there for a few minutes, or Housewives of something, I'll like pay attention to it for a few minutes. But overall, I am not really into reality TV. So, like for example, my husband, he loves all the Jersey Shores, Love Islands, Florabamas. Like he's obsessed, which is hilarious because he doesn't like to gossip or anything like that, but he loves those shows. But I don't, generally I don't watch them. But I was home and I was cleaning and cooking and I was like, well, let's see what all the hype is about, right? I have before watching the show, I have not heard of any of these girls. I have not heard of Mom Talk or Talk, actually. I had no idea who any of them were. I didn't know what the deal was. I always with the eye boogies. I didn't, I had no idea who they were, right? I didn't know of any of scandals, nothing. So I went into it with like an open mind because, you know, it sounded interesting. I don't know much about Mormons. I don't know much about, you know, what they're all about. So I was like, interesting, let's watch. Am I the only one who had this reaction? Like, what? What was that show about? I was shooketh. Like, for real. Honestly, I was beyond flabbergasted. Like, me and my friend group were discussing it for hours. It was insanity. Okay. So, first and foremost, like I said, I had no idea who these girls were. And, you know, FYI, spoilers, 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 spoilers. Fair warning, if you have not watched, if you don't want to know, spoilers, right? One of the girls, Whitney, is the RSV mom, right? She's the one that did like a whole TikTok dance while her child was pretty much in critical condition in the NICU with RSV, which is a serious condition for children, like upper respiratory virus for children that, you know, they can potentially, if not treated. Anyway, so I had no idea about that, but she was that mom. That's one of the girls, Whitney. The other mom, Taylor, I think her name was. She's supposedly had all this SWINGING stuff with her ex-husband, which, whatever. I don't judge anybody's lifestyles. That's whatever you want. That, like, if it works for you, it works for you. I could care less. So for me, that's not what really flabbergasted me, because again, I don't care how you want to live your life. As long as you're a good person, I could care less what you do in the bedroom behind closed doors, right? So while everybody is like crazy, going crazy over the whole park swing situation, that's not what shocked me the most, right? What shocked me the most is, and I'm gonna preface this with saying that I know I'm a hot mess as per usual. What shocked me the most is, now I know that all religions have their things, right? Like, I know nobody's perfect. I know no religion is perfect, right? I know that there's crazy stuff happening in all walks of life and all people, right? What I found to be interesting is that this whole thing, the whole premise of the show was based around Mormons, right? And again, I didn't know much about Mormons and the religion, and I have a degree, my bachelor's is in history, and I love learning about everything, right? I know a lot about, you know, Islam and Christianity and Judaism and like that, because I needed those classes for my degree. But I guess Mormon is a type of Christianity, right? So I didn't know the specifics, right? I knew about like the big, like Catholics and Baptists and all that stuff, but I didn't know much about Mormons. Anyway, so the whole premise of the show was around like they're Mormon, right? So I googled a few things and like, you know, went with what they were saying, like we're not allowed to have coffee and we're not allowed to drink and we're not allowed to get, you know, premarital relations before marriage and we're not allowed to live together before we're married and all that and the other, and which are all respectable things for religions, right? Like, I respect it. If that's part of your religion, I'm all for it. You know, like, that's your religion. Like, you're not, everybody lives their life the way they live their life, but if that's part of your religion, I absolutely respect it, and I'm all for that, right? And I'm watching the show, and they're all like, we're Mormon, you know, we don't drink, and we don't smoke, and we don't drink coffee, which I don't get, but whatever, that's beside the point. I actually like had to Google when Jen Affleck said, oh, my garments, I forgot my garments. I had no idea what they were, and supposedly they're like these things that you're supposed to wear under your clothing when you're a married woman, right? Cool. Coffee. They're not allowed to drink coffee, which I assumed, or tea, which I assumed was because of the caffeine. But then they went around and drank a crap load of soda. But then my friend said it was because they're not allowed to drink hot stuff, like hot things, but you're allowed to eat soup. Whatever. That's one thing, right? I was like, okay, whatever. I can get on board with that. Whatever. Then we don't drink, we don't do drugs, none of that, right? Now, mind you, some of the girls did, and they were like, that's just how we are, but whatever. But the other girls were like, oh my God, we don't drink. We're Mormons. We don't drink. We don't drink. And then they go and get laughing gas while they do Botox, right? Because they said on the show themselves, I believe, that that's their way of like getting, you know. And then in another part of the show, she was like, you know, when they were fighting, when Whitney and the other girl, they were fighting, and they were talking about why Whitney doesn't get along with Taylor. And she was like, well, she and I did therapy for therapy. For therapy. We did it for therapy a couple of months ago, and she told me all these things, blah, blah, blah. Again, that it, just because it's supervised by a doctor, you know, like, come on. Am I the only one, like, who saw the hypocrisy in all of this? Like, honestly, I read up on Mormons, and like a lot of their, again, with the lights, man, a lot of their, like, scripture and everything, it's really nice, you know, like, they lead a really good life. They're, you know, a lot is expected of them. That makes you a good, you know, it's religion. I'm not very religious, so whatever. But to walk around and say, we don't drink because we're Mormon, and we don't do drugs because we're Mormon, and this and that, and then like get laughing gas while you do Botox because that's your way of, you know. If I was, you know, their mom, like not their mom, I guess, but if, like, I'd be pissed. Like, if I was a Mormon watching this, I'd be like, what the hell is that? That's messed up. I mean, let me know what you guys think. That's just my personal opinion. Don't come at me. That's how I feel. But I don't know. I thought that was like very hypocritical, and for them, for some, like the sinners and the saints, and for some of the girls who are walking around like, you know, holier than thou, and we're so good, we're such good Mormons, we don't drink and whatever. But then you go with the rest of them and you get HIGH from laughing gas from getting Botox. Now, I've gotten Botox. It does not hurt. You don't need laughing gas. You know, they specifically go and get it just for those effects, you know, like, I don't know. To each their own, right? But I thought that was interesting, and if I was like, if my religion was depicted like that, I'd be pretty mad. Like, I would be mad, you know? Anyway, I mean, that's just a small portion, small sample of the Mormon people, so I don't judge them by that. I just, like, this is just those girls, like, come on. Okay. And then let's discuss the whole Zach and Jen situation, right? Again, the lights are messing with me again. Vegas. Let's take Vegas. Poor girl, okay? She gets put in a situation where she goes and one of the girls books a thing for like Chippendales, and you know, she's not allowed. Like, her husband doesn't allow her. Okay, cool beans. Doesn't allow you. He gets upset, right? Like, he gets super upset to the point where he's now texting her. He doesn't want to be married to her anymore. Like, this is crazy. Meanwhile, he's sitting at a poker table gambling with her money, okay, that she made and gave him to gamble because he has a gambling addiction, that he gambled, like his parents gave him money for medical school and he gambled it away. And now she gave him, he has to ask her for money to gamble. She gave it to him and he's flipping out on her that he doesn't want to be married to her because she went and saw a Chippendale show. You know, because they're Mormon and she's not supposed to, right? Cool. First of all, 2024, I will never understand the whole men controlling women, women controlling men thing. But for him to text this poor girl and flip out on her and tell her that, you know, she's this and that, and he doesn't want to be married to her, and her running to him, and I don't know what went on behind closed doors, obviously, but I'm assuming there was a lot of apologizing on her end and all this stuff, and then she ends up leaving the show. She ends up leaving Mom Talk, and they end up moving to New York for his medical school, which is fine, whatever. But like, to me, that's a whole quote unquote Stockholm situation thing, because I don't know. Even her friends were like, what the hell is going on? Is he nuts? Is he crazy? Why is it so damn hard to open these things? Why? Anyway, I'm getting like straight up heated over a show that probably more than half of it wasn't even a true. So that was interesting, right? Now let's talk about Taylor. Out of all the people, I felt like, to me, I like Taylor, right? I get that she has some issues, some mental health issues, and, you know, that she admitted to, nothing to do with her, you know, private life behind closed doors, but like, you know, I think she had like a drinking problem and whatnot, and like, whatever, right? They had to like stop filming for a little bit because she got arrested, and, you know, all the fun stuff. Again, Whitney and Taylor, right? Whitney has a problem with Taylor because she did the whole park swing situation, and we find out that it's because she's jealous that Taylor got forgiven for that so quickly while she did the whole RSV thing with her baby, and she's still being judged for it, blah, blah, blah. But she doesn't want to be friends with Taylor because supposedly, you know, she doesn't agree with her choices, and, you know, it's not nice. Hey, baby. Whatever the case may be. I personally am a fan of Taylor. I like her. I think she's the realest one out of all of them. She does have drama in her life. Her boyfriend Dakota is whatever. It's her. He's like Zach, but not as much. But whatevs. Let's see. I want to use this. Let me just blah. Anyway, so I like Taylor. I think she, in my humble opinion, she was like the realest out of all of them. And she was nice. I like Demi. I think she's the only one that called Whitney out. By the way, Whitney, see you next Tuesday. Like, you could tell that that girl she is jealous of everybody, in my opinion. She wants to pretend that she's better than everybody, but she's like mean to everyone. She's a mean girl. She talks about everybody behind their back and like divulges everybody's secrets to everybody, you know, one of those. She starts drama, so you know she's gonna remain on the show. Her and Demi are probably going to remain on the show because they really kind of caused the most issues. I hate this. I hate this. Anyway, let me move you closer for the eyes. Now you could see. Should I just like freaking open this whole window? Give me a minute. Guys, the amount of MacGyvering I have to do to film these videos in the sun is insane to me. Anyway, I'm gonna move back because if I move closer, the sun's gonna be like right. This is a chit-chatty get ready with me, so we're just gonna roll with it. My brushes are holding up my mirror. Ugh, big mess. Anyway, moving on. Whitney, right? Now she is judging Taylor for all her stuff, right? But lo and behold, we find out that her husband is a sex addict, and he had a Tinder profile, and he was like on Tinder, and supposedly he wasn't hooking up with anybody, but that's what he told Whitney and us, but I don't believe a word that's coming out of his mouth. Because to me, where there's smoke, there's fire. If you have a Tinder profile while you're married, you're looking for trouble, right? And again, I don't think it's one of those things where you can kind of fake somebody's profile, because I mean, I've never created a Tinder profile, but I'm going to assume that like when you create a Tinder profile, they ask you for ID and all that. I don't know. Tell me. I don't know. I don't have a Tinder account. I don't know anybody who does. So, but from my understanding, if you're doing something like that, they're asking you to back your identification up. So this guy has a Tinder profile, most likely cheats on Whitney, even though she doesn't believe it, and they all pretend like it didn't happen, but you and I know better, right? So this is going on behind closed doors with Whitney, yet she chose to stay with her husband, which is fine. You choose to forgive your husband, that's cool, but don't go and start judging others for what's going on in their life when you have like a freaking mess in your own house. You know, don't throw stones in a glass house, as they say. Like, there's a hot mess going on behind your closed doors. Why are you walking around and judging everybody else for how they live their life? Handle your own business, you know? I guess there wouldn't be a show if there wasn't drama, but I'm just speaking like it is, right? Like, if we're being human, stop judging others for how they live their life and what they choose to do, and you know, pretend that they're these horrible people when you don't have your own SHIT handled. Like, come on. I don't know. They're also all extremely young. They're all in their early to mid 20s, late 20s. They're super young. Some of them like got thrown into marriage and children's like very, very young in their life. One of them is 22, already divorced. The other one had a baby at 16 with a 21-year-old, which is apparently illegal in Utah. It's called, I believe they call it a Romeo and Juliet law or something like that, where if it's a consenting thing, then whatever. So one of them, I forget her name, she has like the skin condition. She got knocked up at 16 by her 21-year-old boyfriend, married him, and she has another baby by him now, whatever. Another one of them is 22, two little kids, going through a divorce. Like, they're all super young. In my humble opinion, very immature for such, adult relationships and adult responsibilities. So it's kind of understandable why a lot of them are going through what they're all going through. I'm not saying that all 20-something-year-olds are immature. I'm just, by me, I would say, like, in my early 20s, my late teens, I was immature. I could never have handled having babies and being married and divorced and, all this. And on top of that, being so big on social media. But here they were, and they all have their own little cockroaches in their head, I guess, as my mom likes to say. And they're all judging each other, and they're all doing what they're not supposed to be doing as per Mormon law, but they're all going around behind each other's backs and judging each other for it. Makes for a good show, guys. I was like glued to my iPad watching it because it was fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. But just aside from that, if I was like in the midst of all of it and I was watching it happen in real life from the side, oh man, like, that's some crazy stuff. And I watched another person's video, and she said, she was like, she hit the nail right on the head. She was like, these people, they are profiting off of all this drama, right? From their TikTok, from their, they're going through a divorce, it's on TikTok. They're going through an arrest and a drunk episode, drunk arrest, DV and all this stuff, all on TikTok, all for everybody to see. And the more drama they put out there, the more money they make. So they're putting everything out. Taylor even said, like, on one of the podcasts, she said, I'm thinking of making a family channel because, whatever is not working for her anymore. She's not making as much money. So now she wants to put her kids on there and profit off of that. Like, insanity. They're all just, the more things they're going through in their life, the more money they're making. But I feel like it's so, my opinion, again, it's so not healthy. Like, they're not processing all these things that are happening to them in a healthy way. It's all for everybody to see, and everybody like me and you right now sitting here chit-chatting, we're judging them. And I don't know, I feel so bad for these girls because, I get a lot of them are saying, I'm the breadwinner in the house. I'm the breadwinner in the house. And they're making the money, and what started off maybe as like a innocent thing that they were doing, like, it all started in 2020. So I get it. Lockdowns and all this stuff. And they had to make money and they were all super young. I mean, like, this is 4 years ago, 5 years ago almost. The youngest girl is 22 there, I believe. And she was 18 in 2020. So think about that. Like, they're saying, oh, I'm the breadwinner. So they're living these lives, but they're going through divorce and they're going through major life things, and it's all on camera. And I don't know, is that like a healthy way to process these things? I don't know. I mean, we all have struggles, and I don't know, like, my life is pretty good. I say, I mean, and even I have like struggles that I'm going through right now. I would not want it to be out for like millions, and they have millions of followers. I would not want that to be so out there in public, and for me not to be able to process it and go through it. the right way. Like, not to say that it's the wrong way what they're doing, but in my opinion, like, I don't know, it's so difficult. Like, my heart goes out to some of these girls. Like, they're going through these things and they're super young. They're super young. And they can't even like grieve behind closed doors because they have to make money. And I don't know if any of them even like went to college, or not to say that you need to go to college to make money, but I'm just saying, like, are the skills that they have that they can, you know, work or something? I don't know. It's difficult, but the show, it made for an amazing show. I'm gonna be that bad person who wants to watch their misery, right? Because that's what essentially we're doing. I did not bring my mascara here. Oh no. Be right back. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, the show was good. Like, for somebody who doesn't really like, I'm not gonna do much with my brows today, just a little gel. For somebody who doesn't really like or enjoy reality TV, this was interesting to me because I felt that it was more or less genuine. Kitty cat, what are you doing? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys watch the show? Because I want to talk to somebody. Not a lot of people I know watched it, except like for my friend group, and I want to discuss. I want to know what all of you think about this show. Lucy's walking here. She wants to help me. You want to help me, girl? I got a sample of the Hourglass mascara. Let's use it up. This girl. What are you doing here? You want to say hi? Come here. I'm gonna scratch your booty. Scratch your booty. Scratch your booty. Scratch your booty. Anywho, that is my, I have some other opinions of some other things, but I feel like maybe they'll be a little too controversial to say. I'm not saying what I said wasn't controversial and my opinions aren't controversial. I hope I don't get stoned for my opinions about the show, but I thought it was great. B, girl, oh, my little girl, oh, I love you. She's so snuggly. She comes up and she went, as I said that you're snuggly, you run away from me. I already see like some fallout from the mascara, so I'm not a fan of that. I'm gonna let that dry before I take that off my face. A little lips. Okie doke. All right, guys, I'm pretty much done. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Did you guys watch? Again, I asked that already, but if you did watch, let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let's have a nice, polite discussion. Let me know what else. I'm very much interested on like, I want to know, maybe I should like do a deep dive. I want to know what the other Mormons think of the show. Like, what is the consensus? Like, are they upset? Are they not upset? Do they care? I don't know. I'm very much interested. I'm very much like invested in this whole thing. Let's discuss. I hope you like my look, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.